Recently, me and my younger brother have started watching this anime called Blue Lock, and we absolutely devoured all of it. We absolutely love it. Just a bunch of Japanese teenagers completely making a name for themselves in the global matches in just like a couple of months by becoming egoists and becoming the best strikers in the world pretty much. Yeah, and we absolutely liked that anime. And so we started doing a brand new habit that we weren't doing until like a couple of months ago, actually. We started going out into our backyard and we started practicing, our positions when it comes to football. I picked the goalie position because that's typically what I find myself best to do. And my father was a goalie too back when he used to play football, long before I was even born, so that was very fitting. And my younger brother, he likes to be a striker. So what we do all the time is that we set up, you know, the goal and I just protect it. Meanwhile, he starts to shoot at it from the long range and from the short range also. And from the long range, yeah, it is absolutely easy for me to catch. Like no problem. Like even if I don't do the absolutely massive tip that I'm about to teach you in this video, I can still catch it with no problem whatsoever. However, when it comes to the short range, yeah, that's where the real challenge starts. Because when you actually come and score at me from like 5 meters away, that's where the true fun begins, and that's where I usually fail. And so, of course, since I'm the man that likes challenges, I told him to go all out and just shoot at me from short range so that I can practice it as much as possible. And I was doing decently well, right? I was blocking between 70 to 80% of the kicks, and I was actually doing pretty decently. But then my intuition stepped in, and I got a brand new idea. Huh, every time that I didn't think and I just acted based on my intuition, I completely nailed that defense. And it just happened perfectly. And it makes total sense. And after that awakening, after I just stopped thinking about anything, thinking about every micro detail of how I'm gonna actually block the shot, I just let go and let God, as it is esoterically spoken about in the Bible. And I completely dominated it. Of course, after that, I still sometimes got myself thinking consciously and I got in the way. And so, yeah, I still missed some shots, but I blocked like 90 to 95% of it. Just a little mindset shift like that. And I instantly started blocking like 10 to 15% more of those shots, which is just completely amazing. Now, what do I actually mean by let go and let God? You see, let God, what esoterically means in the Bible, is to give your desires, what you actually embody on a vibratory level, to the infinite itself, to our Creator, to the force itself that creates and destroys galaxies, to the infinite source of energy that does everything without any effort whatsoever, right? Because it is infinite. And guess what? What you actually don't realize is the Bible isn't a book about worshiping someone. It is actually a process of realization. Now, I like to read the Bible esoterically and intellectually, meaning that I view the Bible as a collection of stories that actually tell you how your mind works. And when you start to look at the Bible from that point of view, from the point of view of reality control, or how I call it, manifestation, then the entire thing just completely changes for you forever. And due to the universal law of polarity or duality, polarity is a fancy word for saying that, everything appears to be separate in this universe, right? The infinite power that guards this entire universe, it might appear separate from you, but it is actually not. Imagine the entire universe as a giant ocean of water, just a giant body of water. Just imagine it for a second. Of course, that ocean has waves, every single wave is different. Some are larger, some are smaller, some are wider, some are taller. This represents, humans, tables, stars, planets, truly anything, animals even, but at the end of the day, we are a part of a greater whole. However, due to us having limited senses as human beings, we can only perceive a small fragment of reality. I mean, when you look at it scientifically, we can only see 0.0035% of the entire electromagnetic spectrum, and then that information in on itself travels to our brain, and then our brain figures out, and it filters out, and it creates an image of what it thinks it is seeing based on its level of consciousness. So yeah, your mind quite literally creates your reality when you think about it. And it's not just your seeing, it's your hearing, your taste, your smell, everything. Your brain fills in the blanks all the time, and you don't even realize it. You can even look at this yourself. I mean, you can even look at the Joule split experiment where light particles behave completely differently when they are observed and when they are not. It's all about the observer. The observer and the observed are one. It's the same energy, just a different rate of vibration, so a different way of how you look at it. It's like steam and ice is the same thing, H2O. It is just in a different state, in a different vibration. So we are all the same. So you are the God in the question when you think about it. You are the infinite and the finite at the same time. The reason why you don't know everything and the reason why you don't feel like God is because your level of consciousness hasn't advanced to that level yet. Everything that you're living through right now, you're finite right now. Like, your five physical senses can only perceive a fragmented version of reality. However, you have all the different kinds of frequencies that you can access that can become your reality. There's a If we want to conceptualize it like that for better understanding, let's call it parallel universes for a second. There's a parallel universe where you are rich, where you are poor, where you are homeless, where you are a drug addict even. There's an infinite amount of possibilities, and you can access each and every single one of them. And forgive me if this will sound harsh and if it will make you sad, but you can genuinely access any kind of emotion and thought right now. And that can become your reality if you focus on it hard enough. If that state gains momentum and if it becomes a frequency, then it will become your reality. Just imagine your mom dying for a second. Live in the gratitude that she is still alive. Yeah, so don't tell me that you cannot access any kind of emotional state right now. And since your physical reality, the third dimensional realm, the universe, whatever we want to call it as, is a direct one-on-one copy, a mirror reflection of your subconscious mind, then of course, you are quite literally the god of your reality, in quotation marks, of course. And so, what that brings me all the way back over here is that you have access to all these different versions of you. You just need to allow them to give you their advice. Because when you're in a state of constant tension, then their advice won't come to you. And so, when you just get into the right emotional state and the right mental state, so when you start thinking about thoughts that actually are reflective of the desired reality. So in this case, it was me blocking each and every single one of his shots, and then emotionally feeling the emotions that I would feel upon blocking it each and every single time, and then acting based on my intuition. Then I just needed to get out of the way, which meant that I need to stop just wanting to have the control all the time. And that control, I don't mean over my five physical senses also. Mainly what I mean is my thinking, right? I was just standing there. I wanted to have control over everything. I was thinking about all the different kinds of micro details that I would do to actually get over there and how I would actually block the shot in the first place. However, when I just stopped thinking, I just started acting based on my intuition because my mental and emotional state were completely fine, then everything just fell into place and I was able to block it each and every single time. Because when you stop thinking, when you let the God, the infinite side of you, when you let the infinite actually take over, then it literally scans the infinite amount of possibilities that can happen upon you actually blocking that shot. And it picks the perfect one for you. And then that perfect one for you, that one frequency that will do the job the best, actually gives you cheat codes on how to actually block it in the first place. And it won't communicate it to you verbally because, words are constructs that we as humans created to communicate more effectively, which is quite funny because when you think about it, 80% of our human interactions happen with, through non-verbal communication, but that's besides the point. It communicates through the one thing that is actually real in this universe, which is energy, or more so, or it's emotion. It's energy in motion. So, it gives you the right mental image, and then it nudges you to do a certain thing. This is what people call the feeling. Oh, how did you manage to actually get this success? What led you to pick this path? Oh, I just had a feeling for it. It's always the feeling. Every single time when you ask a successful person how they got their idea that made them, millions of dollars or whatever, they just say, "Oh, it just got to me." Right? Because the universe communicates through you. The infinite, we can call it too. It communicates to you through the only real thing that is actually real in this universe. Everything else, words, I don't know, visuals, they are just illusions. Because remember, our eyes can only see 0.0035% of reality, and that is still even filtered out by our brain, which just creates an image of what it thinks it is seeing based on its level of consciousness. So it only communicates through you, through the one thing that is actually real in this universe, which is which are emotions, pardon me. And so you'll be emotionally compelled to do the right action, but only if you are in the right mental and emotional state of mind. Okay? That's how you let go and let God. And that's how you can genuinely accomplish anything. This is the way that you can do it. When you get out of the way, so when you stop thinking, of course, in the right mental and emotional state, because the right practicality is preceded by the right mentality, then you will win each and every single time. And of course, it won't be perfect, right? Because your finite human body isn't perfect, and sometimes you will start to think like midway through the shot and you will actually miss it. You won't be able to block it like 100% of the time. It will more so be like 95 to 98% of the time, but it is perfect, right? It still gets the job done. It will still allow you to become a good trader. It will still allow you to become a great YouTuber. When you enter what they call the flow, when you completely stop thinking in the right mentality and in the right emotional state, and when you just log in, as they call it, yeah, then everything becomes possible. When you and the task become one, then magic will happen. So yeah, that's about it. Rewatch this video because I know that a couple of things have slipped by in your mind. And yeah, if you want to quite literally supercharge your journey on manifestation, but no pressure of course, you don't need it. It is just that if you really enjoy my content and if you really want to support me, then you can check out my Timeless Reader's Mindset in the description. I don't need you to buy it because I get paid by the universe, but if you want so, then go ahead and check it out. Just look at these people. I've benefited them so much, and they haven't even seen a single life lesson from that course. But of course, no pressure. Thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you